What is going on, guys? Welcome to Barrookie. Today's video we're going to talk about my front lever progress, or the lack thereof. So a couple of years ago I started with front lever training and it went awesome. I made a lot of progress up until the straddle front lever, but then I got a lot of injuries, I got a lot of setbacks, and that made me stop doing the front lever and start pursuing calisthenics moves like these. And that made me go more towards barbell style movements and powerlifting because I found that the risk of injury was a lot less. I made a lot of mistakes along the way and now it's time to do things the right way. I have 2 pointers that I'm going to use for my new front lever journey. First thing is going to be taking a more structured approach to front lever training. And with that, I'm going to mix in static moves with dynamic moves in order to get a nice exercise selection. And whenever I go from one progression to the other, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks within one progression, and I have to be able to do the next progression for at least 6 seconds before I can train that. That way I know I've spent enough time in the right progressions in order to progress forward. In that structured approach, I'm going to do 1 dynamic training on Thursday and 2 static trainings on Tuesday and on Sunday. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to focus more on the right muscles. I used to think that the front lever was more like a retraction kind of deal, but now I saw that the front lever is mainly a depression type of deal, because if you retract your scapula too much, what is going to happen is you're going to get yourself more prone to injuries because there are nerves that are running next to the spine, and if you retract your shoulder blades too much, what ends up happening is that you're going to impinge those nerves and you're going to have a lot of spinal pains. So what I'm now going to focus more on is depression, because depression of the scapula, or pulling down the shoulder blades, is going to activate the lats more and is going to activate the lower traps, which is going to help a lot more in the front lever. Depression looks more like this, and retraction is more like that. So we want to depress rather than to retract too much. Look at that back! Turtle back! Abs are one of those things that I have been neglecting for the last couple of years. So I'm going to do more of those hanging leg raises, but I'm also going to do more hollow body holds and dragon flags, because the latter 2 exercises have more carryover to the front lever, because the front lever is a static hold. Boom. In order to get the lower traps a little bit stronger, we're going to do direct bandit work in order to learn more how to activate those lower traps. Because if you're like me and you're sitting too much, your upper traps are going to get too strong and too tight, and the upper lower traps are going to get out of balance. So these suckers here are going to get too strong and the lower traps are going to get too weak. We need to teach ourselves to properly use those lower traps for sake of posture, but also for the front lever. So on that note, I also want to stretch out my upper traps so they don't get as tight and my shoulder stays nice and safe. Now we also want to focus on heavy pulls so we get super strong in those lats So that's why weighted pull-ups are going to be also one of the goals for the next couple of months to train. So that is really it. That is my plan for the next months. That is something that I'm going to share with you guys. I hope you join me on this journey and we're going to get that front lever. Let me know in the comments down below what your progress is on the front lever, what you think of this video, and if you want to say hello or anything else, please leave it down in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer that. And also don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. So I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace! And before I close this one off, this is not the end-all be-all program to get the front lever. That is just how I am going to attack it. And if I change something along the way, I'll be happy to let you know. Just follow along the journey.